All right, so I wanted to make this video for quite some time now. Finally got around to doing it, but it is probably one of the most important videos I will ever make. One of them, of course. So there should always be a safety and procedure in place for your brokerage or for your team. You should always have a safety manual and procedure policy and let them know what steps and measurements the agent needs to take when they're out meeting clients. Because some of the clients that we meet, we don't have prior business relationships with them or prior relationships with them. We just don't know them. We meet clients cold calling, we meet clients at open houses, we meet clients, they call in off of our website. So we don't know everyone that calls in and wants to go see a home. So if it's an apartment, at least in Houston, Texas, the majority of our apartments have leasing offices. So you can meet people at the leasing office. Almost all leasing office that I've ever been to, they'll ask you for your ID. Even if me as the agent and the client, they'll ask us for our ID before we tour their property. So that's their safety measure in hand. And then they'll usually notify someone in their office they're stepping out on the premises. So we have that safety measure for apartments. Now, what about if a client calls us and they are calling off of one of our HAR listings, HAR.com listings, or of another agent's listings that they see? If it is a rental, they don't need a pre-approval like they do with a home. So let's just, for an example, start with the rental property. So with a rental property, because they have to see a few of them before they make a decision where they're going to lease, sometimes they'll call you and want you to go open a door for that particular home. Well, if you need to meet them at your office or somewhere like a coffee shop or somewhere prior, sit down, get to know them, get to know what their needs are, and also get a copy of their ID, and then take them out for showings. And then of course, let someone in your office, on your team, know who the client are and who you're meeting. And keep your phone on you with your phone tracker on you. Another thing is, if you're meeting a client who's buying, the majority of clients who are buying a home get pre-approved to buy the home. So when they have a pre-approval, they've usually met with the lender. The lender's ran their credit, has information about their job and their assets and things like that. So they have information on this particular client. But that does not mean you as an agent do not still incorporate some type of safety measure for yourself. So I always meet clients, buyer clients, at my office, or if my office is not on the side of town, because our city is so freaking huge. It can take 1 hour to get from one part, 2 hours to get to the other side. So sometimes we have to meet people at a common middle area and do the consultation there. So we can do the consultation at our title companies will allow us to do it at their offices. Our lender partners will allow it to do it at their offices. And I'm sure if you reach out to some of the inspectors in the community, they will as well have that available to you as an agent. You need to let people know who you're meeting. They need to, if they're a buyer, maybe they're not pre-approved yet because they're just now starting the search. So sometimes I'll work with clients, they're not pre-approved, so they won't have that information. A lender won't have that information on them, right? So they're just starting the process. Maybe they need credit repair. Maybe they just want to sit down and just go over their goals of investing in real estate and buying real estate. So like I said, I'll meet with them, do the consultation, get the information on them, and then send them later on when they're ready to get their pre-approval, and then from there just be building rapport and taking them out. I don't advise any agent, especially not new agents, because you're still learning the business and everything. I don't advise you to just run out, open doors for people who are just calling you randomly. You don't know who they are. You have no prior relationship with them. I really highly suggest you not do it that way. And also, I don't think it's professional just to run out and just do that. Just go around, open doors at different homes for someone you don't know. And you don't even know, another thing is you really don't even know what they need, because you need to sit down and have that consultation and get to know them. So you're gonna waste a lot of your energy, your time, and your gas just running around to all these houses without finding out what is important to them anyway. So you have to have that consultation, okay? Make sure you're sending an email back to your brokerage or someone at your brokerage and letting them know, or your friend, your spouse or someone that let them know where you are at all times. If you're booking through centralized showing, which is our showing services, maybe send someone that email copy of where you plan to be. And if you have any additional stops in between that, like maybe sometimes I'll be taking a client out and then we'll see another house that wasn't even on our list in their neighborhood, and we'll be like, oh, this one wasn't on the list for some reason, let's look into if this one's for sale, this one's for lease. And so that kind of gets put into our showings. So if something like that happens and you did not plan that, make sure you let someone know you're at that home. Another thing is make sure your GPS is active on your phone, and just check with your brokerage in your market, because all markets are different. Some markets markets have open carry, concealed weapon laws where you're able to carry. Some do not. So just check with your broker on what the safety and procedures are when meeting people out and showing homes. So I hope you guys be really safe out there. If you have any additional questions about protecting yourself and keeping yourself safe, reach out to me anytime. I just want all the agents out there and the clients, everybody to be safe during this process. All right, thank you guys for watching the video.